we're going to talk about Chelsea's 3 red cards so far this season. 3 red cards in 4 matches. Now, before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for doing so. Now, let's start off with what I want to say the most, is that the red cards have for some reason been blamed on Enzo Maresca, which I think is totally diabolical. Some people are blaming it on him, and I'm not saying they blame the red cards on him. What I'm saying is the match, what happened next, they blamed him, and I feel like it's totally unfair. When you're down to 10 men, it's very, very different, and this is like one of the first times that Maresca has actually had to experience this. You know, he's only had to experience this 4 or 5 times so far in the Premier League, and he might have done so in the Championship, but the Premier League is different. And in the Championship, he was managing Leicester, a team that won the league, I'm pretty sure. And this is a Chelsea team which, yes, they're great, but you know, the quality from the first in the Championship to the 24th team in the Championship is massively different compared to the 4th team in the Premier League and like the 20th team in the Premier League. That's much more narrow, and I think Chelsea just didn't cope well with the 10 men, and it's obviously a young squad. They need to gel, get together, you know, everything, all that stuff, and I don't blame him. Much of the fan base shouldn't blame him, but some do, which I think is absolutely awful. They shouldn't do that. And one other thing is, I won't be showing the clips of the red cards because I don't want to get copyright striked and all that stuff, and that's the main reason. So let's start off with the first red card, which was the most obvious. That was Robert Sánchez versus Manchester United. What happened was the ball came through on goal. It's Brian Mbeumo. He ran, and Sánchez, he basically kicked him, and it was 5 minutes in, and Robert Sánchez got a red card, and everyone turned on Robert Sánchez, which I'd get that. And afterwards, he did say, okay, that was my fault, I'm really sorry for doing that, and at least he did apologize, you know. But I feel like that was a big mistake from Robert Sánchez, and that really did let us, you know, go on to lose the match, which we did. And one other thing is, was it deserved? I think 100% that was definitely a red card. I know there's the agenda against Chelsea, but that was definitely a red card. I knew it was quite stupid from Robert Sánchez, but it did happen, and you know, in the end, we did lose the match. Now, the next red card, it was Trevoh Chalobah against Brighton. Now, this one was really, like, it's kind of hard to judge and to blame whose fault it is. Now, what happened was, one of our Chelsea players, he basically crossed it horizontally, from the pitch, if you're looking from the goalie's POV, horizontally. And what he did, he passed it backwards to try to get to Trevoh Chalobah or the keeper, and he basically went in the middle, and a Brighton player, he went in, he took him, he dribbled the pass forward, and Chalobah, for some reason, he went in and fouled him. And to be honest, while I was watching it, I was thinking, okay, he might have made the right decision. But then thinking about him, he still had 40 minutes to go. If he has scored, he has scored, you know, we can get back into him. But he made the red card. In that instance, he shouldn't have done that. Now, Enzo Maresca, the last match against Manchester United, he said he'd rather be 1 man down, he'd rather be 1-0 down with, you know, rest of the match to go than 10 man down and, you know, 0-0 then for the rest of the match. And clearly Chalobah didn't really listen to this, and I still love Chalobah, but that was a big mistake by him, and in the end he got fouled, red card, and we kind of lost the match kind of because of him. But also, you know, you could blame Maresca there for his substitutions and his in-game management, and I feel like Chalobah, he should have been wiser there. He should have been, okay, you know, I'll try and tackle, but if he does score, he does score. Maybe Robert Sánchez, he could have saved him. I feel like he probably could have saved it there. But in the end, you know, it's red card. And I feel like the only reason I was given, it would have been a yellow card, but the only reason it was given, it was because he was through on goal. And I totally understand that. And I feel like, okay, that's a red card. Fair. Now, this is the most interesting red card. The red card against Benfica. João Pedro, 96th minute, he got a red card for a double yellow. And the double yellow was, first one was because he tried to get a header and he kind of missed, and it was a yellow card from that header. And I feel like, how else are you supposed to, header the ball? I feel like it was really messed up from the referee for that one. And then the next one, which happened in the 96th minute, which resulted in his red card, was when he kind of kicked the Benfica player. And I feel like that's accidental, and it was in the last minute. I don't think the referee should have given a yellow card. And the thing is, if it was, early in the game, maybe you should have, but it was at the end of the game. There was no point really doing that. It was literally like 20 seconds left. And it was a mixture of João Pedro's fault and the referee just being annoying. And the referee was really annoying them because, you got 20 seconds left. There's no need for the red card. It changes nothing except for the next Champions League game. Now, either that guy is Chelsea hater, the referee, or he just did it for no reason, just to get a bit of fame at the end, referee fame. And I feel like it shouldn't have been a second yellow, shouldn't have been a red card, and that was quite a mistake. And yes, it probably hurt the guy, and I'm really sorry. I wouldn't want it to happen to me, obviously, or any of my friends, or the people I love, or anyone. But he shouldn't have been another yellow. I mean, the first one should have been a yellow. Second one, okay, maybe you could have agreed, but if he hadn't got a yellow before and this was given a yellow, I understand that. But to give a red card then, that's absolutely nonsensical, and it shouldn't really happen like that. And I feel like you should really change it like that, and the referee's mindset should have been different. And going on, I feel like if I was a referee, I would have done that. Maybe I am a bit biased, but I think that shouldn't have really been a red card. But thanks to the referee, for the next game, we are without João Pedro for the Champions League. Now, did he deserve it? I think definitely not. And I feel like João Pedro is very, very unlucky. And yeah, definitely very unlucky. Let me know. Do you think Chelsea's next game will result in a red card? Do we playing Liverpool? I think definitely. Let me know who do you think is getting the next red card. Could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.